So, good morning. Good day, everyone. So, I'm going to report the Erikson Post-Freudian theory. Yeah. So, the overview of Post-Freudian theory. First is Freudian theory, foundation for his life cycle, approach to personality, extension of psychoanalysis, extended Freud's infantile developmental stages, adolescence, adulthood, and old age. Each stage has a psychosocial struggle contribute to development of personality. So, data say, Erikson's biography. Erik Erikson, 1902 to 1994. Erikson born, sorry guys, yung saba. So, Erikson born on June 15, 1902 in Frankfurt, Germany. And Erikson died May 12, 1994 in Massachusetts, USA. Nationality, American and German. Fields, development psychology. Influenced Sigmund Freud, Anna Freud. Coined the term lifespan development, key idea theories of social psychological development. So ego, strong emphasis, person ability to unify experiences and action in adaptive manner. So ego is center of personality, and ego help us adapt to the various conflicts and crises of life and keep us from losing our individuality to the leveling forces of society. Adolescence should take a form of gain strength, birth, with cultural environment, developed through various stages of life. Three interrelated aspects of ego. Body ego. Experiences with our body, seeing own physical self different from others, like satisfied or dissatisfied, body looks and functions. Ego ideal. Represent the image we have ourselves in comparison with an established ideal responsible with our personal identity. Ego identity. Image we have ourselves in variety of social roles we play. Social influence. The ego develops within the given society and is influenced by child rearing practices and other cultural customs. All cultures and nations develop a pseudospecies. So, what is pseudospecies, by the way, guys? So, pseudospecies refers to the claim that cultural differences cause humans to separate into different social groups with different language, dress, customs, and etc. Fictional notion that they are superior to other cultures. Epigenetics principle. Embryology, epigenetic development is a step-by-step growth of fetal organs. So, in psychology, ego follows the path of epigenetic development, with each stage developing at its proper time. So, sa epigenetics principle, ano siyang progress in each stage to determine by success or lack of in previous stages. So, this is the first stage in our life, which is the infancy, the first year of life. Erikson expanded the notion of incorporation beyond the mouth to include sense organs such as the eyes and ears. So, Yeah, an example of this is yung kanang 1 month baby, the earliest period. So, psychosexual mode, oral sensory. So, where the major emphasis is on the mother's positive and loving care for the child, as anyone might who watch a baby put everything in her mouth. So by and the psychosocial crisis of infancy is trust and mistrust. Syempre guys, baby wala pa'y buot. So what is trust and versus mistrust for infancy? About trust and mistrust, they are happiest if they can eat, sleep, and excrete according to their own psychological schedules, regardless of whatever their schedule are convenient for the caregiver or the mother. Unfortunately, though a young infant is no position to control or influence a mother to giving some schedule or they needs, magmando sila, hindi sila kamando. How much to trust or mistrust the mother helpfulness? For example, if the baby demand a food or she or he want to sleep or change her diaper, how will my mother actually be able to help me? Diba? The mother proves herself at least good enough in her attentiveness. So, as a mother, syempre, imagine ng tagaan o gatas or limpyuhan imo ang baby. And the baby risks trusting mother motivation instead at caregiving. So, ang baby is mag-trust na sa imuha by looking kay ginahatagan mo siyang dere. So, narita sa sunod. Early childhood, 2nd to 3rd year. Period that compares to Freud anal stage, but it also includes mastery of other body functions such as walking, urinating, and holding. Psychosexual mode, anal urethral muscular. Children behave both impulsively and compulsively. Psychosocial crisis, autonomy versus shame and doubt. So, early childhood, we define early childhood as a period from birth to age 8, although he also the importance of quality prenatal care. So, early childhood mo ni siya tong nato sa 2nd to 3rd year guys, itong mga bata pa. So, sa bata pa, dili kayo nagaano gyapon ta sa ato ang need sa ato ang mama. So, autonomy and shame and doubt. The child who is now a toddler may now trust his mother, but the very trust contributes to desire to assert autonomy by taking care of basic needs, like feeding or dressing. The mother, for her part, risks overprotecting the child and criticizing his early efforts unnecessary and thus causing the child to feel shame of everything. The new crisis gets resolved in favor of autonomy through combined effort. So, the psychosexual mode, anal urethral during 2nd year of life, children's primary at this time, children learn to control their body, especially in relation to cleanliness and mobility. So next is play age. Saba kayo guys. Play age. Yeah. 3rd to 5th year. A period that parallels Freud's Palic pace. Unlike Freud, however, Erikson saw Oedipus complex as an early model of lifelong playfulness and drama, played out in children's minds as an attempt to understand the basic facts of life. So, 3rd to 5th. So, based ako ang na hinumduman sa una, guys, is na ako'y murag na ako gamay buot, pero dili pagid asin nga kabalo ko sa tanan. Murag kabalo ko nga pag mahimo na ako ni tapos bad ni siya, mahapakan jud ko sa akong mama nga na gani guys. So play age is an unspecific designation approximately within the scope of early childhood. Psychosexual mode, genital locomotor. On 3rd stage, as prescribed by Erikson, is that genital locomotor. The children at this age are inquisitive about their parents, their friend, and surrounding. They seek more contact with their outside world. They engage in play and other experimental and creative activities, and their language develops and become refined. Psychosocial crisis, initiative versus guilt. The more easily and quickly their interests in the world surface and they are curious about if guilt becomes dominant, first children are prone to become obsessively. The conflict of initiative and guilt produce the basic strength of purpose. School age. A time of psychosocial latency, also a time of psychosocial growth beyond the family. Psychosocial crisis, industry versus inferiority. Children need to learn to work hard, but they also must develop some sense of inferiority. So, school age. Child develop describe the expected physical, emotional, and mental abilities of children to 6 to 12 years old. So Erikson latency stage of psychosocial development concurs with Freud latency period 2. This usually occurs at age 6 to 12. The child expands his social environment and start going to school. The psychosocial crisis of this stage is industry versus inferiority. The relation between industry and inferiority should favor industry, but inferiority. Competence is the ability to use or mental and physical abilities to solve problems effectively. If the struggle between these two, the children are likely to give up and regress to an earlier stage of development. They be fixated with anal or genital fantasies and spend their time compulsively activities. Adolescence begins with puberty and genital maturation is marked by a person's struggle to find ego identity. Psychosexual mode, puberty or genital maturation. Psychocrisis, identity versus identity confusion. Psychological healthy individuals emerge from adolescence with a sense of who who are what they believe. But self-identity confusion is normal. So, more ma-relate na to ni siya sa tuwang self katong 18 years old. Diba? Sa pagdako na to guys is ma-mature gid ta. Maglahi ato ang pagtuo, ato ang pagbilive sa isa ka butang kung unsa tong gibilive na to sa unang bata pa ta, maglahi ta hantud sa magkadako. Identity cohesion. My God. Identity versus identity confusion. This is the stage between the age to 12 to 18 where individual deals with conflict of self and ego identity. During adolescence, the reconstruction process allows to individual to combine their childhood identities and integrate various sexual and aggressive feelings within accepted boundaries of social roles. Adolescence is period of transition between childhood and adulthood. It includes some big change to the body and the way a young person relates to the world. Motong kingon ganina guys nga sa adolescence is maglahi ato ang pagtuo sa isa ka butang hangtod sa magkadako ta. So marata ko guys, thank you.